Good day, I am Tyra and together with Novi, we will present our topic about the Guardia Civil.
And today we'll be discussing a significant social evil during the time of Dr. Jose Rizal, the Guardia Civil. This institution, while established to maintain peace and order, became notorious for its abuses and oppressive practices against our Filipino people. We will examine the role of the Guardia Civil during Rizal's era, highlight its abuses, and explore its impact on society as depicted in Rizal's works. Finally, we will draw comparisons to the modern world, showing how similar issues persist in today's law enforcement systems.
Our presentation is divided into three parts. First, we'll look at the Guardia Civil during Rizal's time. Next, we'll discuss its abuses and how Rizal portrayed this in his writings. Lastly, we'll examine the parallels between the Guardia Civil and modern law enforcement, highlighting ongoing challenges and potential solutions. We hope this discussion will provide insights into how history can guide us in addressing contemporary issues. Let's begin.
To start, let's understand what the Guardia Civil was. The Guardia Civil was established by the Spanish colonial government in the Philippines in 1868. Its primary purpose was to maintain peace and order, particularly in the rural areas. At face value, this seemed like a good initiative. However, the reality was far from ideal. Instead of protecting our people, the Guardia Civil became a tool of oppression. They often harassed and extorted Filipino population, especially the poor. Imagine a rural farmer who worked tirelessly to provide for his family, only to be extorted by the very people who were supposed to protect him. This was the grim reality for many during that time.
False accusations and arrests were also rampant. The Guardia Civil often act without due process, targeting individuals who could not defend themselves. Filipinos, especially those in the lower classes, lived in constant fear of being falsely accused or punished for crimes they did not commit. This abuse of power wasn't just a minor issue, it was systemic. The Guardia Civil's actions fueled resentment among the Filipino people and contributed significantly to the growing nationalist sentiment. Filipinos began to see the Guardia Civil not as protectors, but as oppressors.
Jose Rizal, being a keen observer of society, didn't shy away from exposing these injustices. In his novel Noli Me Tangere, he vividly depicted the abuses of the Guardia Civil. For instance, the character of Elias suffers greatly due to the oppressive system, similarly to Sisa, a mother searching for her missing sons, facing the cruelty of the Guardia Civil, symbolizing the plight of ordinary Filipinos. Through his works, Rizal highlighted the need for reform and exposed the systemic issues that plague the Guardia Civil. His writing not only awakened the Filipino people, but also showed the world the injustices happening in the Philippines.
Let's not forget that Rizal's work weren't just fictional stories. They were reflections of the reality that Filipinos faced every day. By portraying the Guardia Civil as agents of abuse and corruption, Rizal gave voice to the voiceless and laid the foundation for the fight for freedom.
Now, let's shift to the present day. While the Guardia Civil is a thing of the past, many of the issues they represented persist in the modern law enforcement systems around the world. Corruption, abuse of power, and human rights violation are still prevalent in some institutions. For example, cases of police brutality have been reported in various countries, including excessive use of force during protests, racial profiling, and wrongful arrests. This incident mirrored the abuses committed by the Guardia Civil during Rizal's time.
Example is the issue of police brutality. Around the world, There have been
But it's
numerous
not all
cases of
bleak.
law enforcement
Unlike during
officers
Rizal's
using
time,
excessive
there are
force,
now global
often leading to
movements of
injuries or even
advocating
deaths,
for
just
police
as the
reform
Guardia
and
Civil abused their
accountability.
authority to control the
Citizens
population.
are calling for
Some modern law
transparency in law
enforcement officers
enforcement
misuse
and the
their
protection
power,
of human
targeting
rights.
marginalized
Government and
communities. Another
organizations
issue is
are
corruption.
working to
In some
implement
places,
changes,
people still
such as
experience
body cameras
harassment
for
or
officers,
extortion by law
community
enforcement
policing,
officials.
and
This is
better
early
training programs.
similar to the Guardia